which we submitted to PennDOT, they reviewed it, get back to us, now we're in another calendar year. There's a few items later on the agenda about allowing us to have the authority to apply for HOP permits for the township again for this year. So we need to have that completed to send our revised HOP permits to PennDOT for them to approve. Additionally, we'd like to have another workshop. As you guys may recall, a couple of taps were given up, one at the Nike site, and another one was for I believe it was a lady on Finley Elrama Road. She already is connected to the PCSA system. So we had two taps available with those two, and there was two homeowners on Rob Lane that weren't originally included. So now we want to include them. So having another workshop will, one, notify them that they're part of the project. At that workshop, we could begin to finalize the ground pumps to go in people's yards. Once we know that's part of the final bid plan, having our plans with the correct locations of grinder pumps on it. And additionally, we can take care of all that on our end, but one thing we also want to let them know of at the workshop would be cost and ownership of the system, what they can expect. That won't be until Union Township and PCSA agree to the details, but maybe what makes sense is instead of just having one workshop to do everything, maybe we could have two workshops where we bring in those other landowners on Rob Lane, nail down the easements, and then we could move forward with the bid plans and specs, and then just have another workshop after the fact, let them know about the cost, or even at the second workshop, just notify them. Well, once this is nailed down with Union and PCSA, we'll provide you information on what's going on at that point. So,
well, Sean and Jamie, I don't think there's any question that Union Township is installing the sewer line, not Peters Creek. So we are stuck with the installation, so why not move forward? Peters Creek is just talking about, we want to own this, once you've done it, we want to inspect, we want to charge, we don't want you to bill. Okay, that can be hammered out, but we still have to put the lines in the ground. Peters Creek is not putting a dime into this project.
Sean mentioned our two items critical path for here construction are finalizing an HOP permit for the work in the state route and getting easements secured. So once we have the easements, the HOP is the last permit that we need. We can build it. We may not be able to tap into the manhole again just yet, but we can build all the sewers, grinder pumps, so we can have this ready for.
I think the first mediation's already been scheduled, January 27th, maybe?
The other thing Sean mentioned.
They're moving it quick, so I mean, this mediation is, we're gonna have multiple mediation sessions even before a backhoe's up there. That's gonna be, you're gonna be a few months out before you can even think about that.
Absolutely, that's true, but my thought is, if I'm a homeowner out here and the township's asking me for an easement, you can't tell me what my sewer bill's gonna be yet. I mean, we're gonna have a couple unknowns still when we're asking people to sign off on the easement, so that's.
They are out of my control.
I can't change it, it is what it is, but, we need the easement regardless.
So is the design work completed? I'm confused because he was saying once the design work's completed, and so it's designed.
It is, the system's fully designed, if I say any items that are not ready for construction on the plans yet would be the easements. They're shown on the plans, but they're not signed off on yet. And, well, shoot, that's about it. And then to put the spec book together, that's all pretty much boilerplate that we have on the shelf, so.
So the missing parts are the easement agreements, the cost factors, is the funding? I'm only asking because I'm new on that. So the funding's secured for, so the design's done.
Correct. Again, this project is, it's got LSA grant funds, we're sitting there waiting for it.
On the agenda, it just said Finley Elrama Sewage. I didn't know if it was the plan about the grinder pump and the holding tank. I didn't know if it was the big project. I reached out, but there just wasn't enough time from the time I got to get an answer back, so I was just.
Solicitor Sweat, I have a question. No, I don't have a question. I'm gonna make a motion to, I'm going to make a motion to approve advertisement for bids of the Finley Elrama Sewer Project due to the emergent and serious nature of the project. Contingent upon the supervisors reviewing the contract. Contingent upon getting all the necessary easement agreements between all relative parties. Contingent upon seeing, making sure all HOP contracts have been secured. And it contingent upon having a public workshop to address any concerns and speak with our residents who are in the affected areas.
I will second that motion with two details made to repeat.
So any deliberation?
So when you say contingent upon, does that mean after having a workshop with the residents, or define contingent upon?
Yes. Yes, contingent.
Okay, so it's after having a workshop
Yes.
with that, so it'd be also good after that.
Mr. Kraft?
Yes.
Ms. Garrett?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Ashton?
Yes.
Mr. Tracy?